It's really important to make sure we properly calibrate our ATV sprayers. The reason for doing this is we want to know how much chemical to put into the tank to make sure that we're spraying the proper gallons per acre to kill the proper weeds we're looking to kill. If we over apply, we can kill non-target grasses or weeds, and if we under apply, we might not kill the weeds that we're targeting. So it's really important to know our GPA with each ATV sprayer. We're going to go ahead now and talk about the method of how to figure out how many gallons per acre this ATV sprayer is using. First, we're going to start and figure out how big our spray swath is. We're going to head down to a dry piece of ground and turn on our sprayers and then measure the distance of our spray swath. It really helps doing this in a spot that has dry ground so you can exactly see where the water has landed. So we got a good dirt spot here and we got a good distance here. We'll bring the tape measure over. We'll go ahead and measure this and see how long our swath is. It's really important that when you turn on your nozzles, you're turning both of them on so you have the equal pressure so you know exactly how much is coming out of both of them at the same time. If you turn on just one nozzle, it'll probably spray a lot further than the other one. So we need to make sure we're having that equal pressure. All right, what do we got over there, Kelly?
We have exactly 24 feet.
So 24 feet. So our swath is 24 feet. We'll go on up and we'll do our strip up here and we'll start talking about the math that we're going to need to figure out what our GPA is going to be. After that, we're going to measure at a 100-foot section with a tape measure and we're going to drive our ATV through that 100 feet and time how long it takes for the ATV to drive through that section. I'm going to go back now and get started on the ATV. I'm going to get a head start and I'm going to get started and try to hit the first take at about 4 miles an hour. I found out that about 4 miles an hour is about the perfect speed for spraying with an ATV sprayer. We just drove that 100 feet twice at 4 miles an hour and we got right there at 19 seconds. We did it twice to make sure we got an average and we're not just something was off. So right there at 19 seconds. So now we'll collect the water out of these two nozzles at the same time for 19 seconds and we'll see how much water we have. Another real important thing is to measure each nozzle to make sure that they're both putting out about the same amount. So whether you measure one for 10 seconds, measure the other one for 10 seconds, making sure both are turned on, and then make sure that they're spitting out the same or really, really close to the same amount of liquid. Otherwise, one could be clogged or you could have an issue with one could be worn out. So we want to make sure they're spraying at the same rate. Now we'll measure how much water we got in the bucket over that 19 seconds, and then we'll start doing our math. $64. $64, 66 ounces. So this ATV sprayed 66 ounces over that stretch. So we'll go ahead now and start doing the math. So now we need to convert from ounces to gallons and from square feet to acres. We had 66 ounces that came out through our nozzles over the area we sprayed. We divide that by 128 ounces, which is 1 gallon, and we got 0.52 gallons. And then we covered an area of 2,400 square feet, and we need to turn that into acres, and there's 43,560 square feet in an acre. So we're going to divide 2,400 by 43,560, and we're going to get 0.06 acres. Now we're going to divide the 0.52 gallons by 0.06 acres, and then we're going to come up with our gallons per acre, which is 8.66. And just to simplify it, we'll make that 9 gallons per acre. So this ATV with these nozzles is calibrated for 9 gallons per acre. If you change any components on this, you need to recalibrate and make sure you know what the gallons per acre is going to be. For a quick example, this is a 24-gallon tank and back, If we divide that by 9 gallons per acre that we've averaged, we're going to get 2.6 acres we can spray with this tank. So with Milestone, we're spraying at 6 ounces an acre. We multiply that by 2.6 acres, and we got 16 ounces of Milestone we'll have to put in that back tank. And we need to make sure we're driving this at 4 miles an hour, and then we're averaging 9 gallons per acre with this sprayer. If you have any questions about this, you can contact your local weed district, extension office, or Department of Agriculture, and most of these places have forms that you can go through and they'll help guide you to figure out your gallons per acre. The most important thing about noxious weeds is to educate yourself, to protect the landscape for wildlife and future generations. If you think you have noxious weeds, contact your local weed district, extension office, or Department of Agriculture.